I don't want to sound too serious, but like, how has it been? 4 or 5 months?
So, in the last 4 or 5 months have been definitely very...
Right. That video is doing 1 million views on YouTube, actually.
Collectively, they got like 10 to 12 million views.
Everything's like changing in the world, as you know, like gas prices, everything going on geopolitically.
People always think that like Canadian culture and American culture is so similar and like it's so different.
Now they switch it up because they said like people are misusing it. That's a huge issue. Okay, so this is the second podcast.
After like a 4 month delay.
Last one was in November.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things happen in 3-4 months. So
yeah, wait, how many months? Yeah. Well, I finished school as well.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
World War III almost started.
Yeah. I don't want to be political.
You could be neutral. It's a fact.
I don't want to go into politics.
That's a fact.
Okay, I told him this podcast is going to be a hit or miss. That's it. And do you want to share the reason that it's going to be a miss with the audience, by any chance?
No. What is it?
Well, I mean, that's your part of it.
Oh, it's my part?
Yeah, everyone asked why is he in the second episode, and I said, look, I don't have any other guests to talk to. That's why.
Buddy, what the if I wasn't there, it'd be just face. I'm the other face. It's face to face.
Yeah, so I mean, the last podcast was too informational, so I thought we'll make it like a bit funnier, right?
Sure, no problem. I'm all about it.
Because people want to see your true face, so I thought like he's not very into like business and tech, so we can show your true face with everyone. Since you're doing 10 million
subconscious diss.
Yeah.
Fucking like some.
And you're also generating 10 million views on Instagram per month. I mean, like who's doing that?
Yeah, it's called momentum, you know?
It's called momentum, yeah. But you can share with the audience, like who's doing that for you? Like that many views.
Viterno group, follow them.
Yeah, Viterno group.
Oh, yeah, great.
Nice.
I don't know who owns Viterno group or who runs Viterno group, but probably a bunch of assholes. probably a bunch of fucking douchebags.
This video is not gonna go more than 100 views. Guaranteed. Guaranteed it's not gonna get more than 100 views. Okay, let's get started.
Let's get this started.
I don't want to sound too serious, but like, how has it been? 4 or 5 months? 4 or 5 months since the last one that we had, and lots of things happening. I mean,
oh yeah,
you went viral again.
I went. So in the last 4 or 5 months have been definitely very explorative in all aspects of the industry, both car and business. Yo, bro, we're sober too.
He wants to sound serious. Okay, yeah. I mean, like your Chinese video hit like 2.5 mil on Instagram. On YouTube, 2.2 million for you.
Yeah,
I mean, crazy.
We made what? We made 4 videos together in the month of like mid-March to mid-April, and collectively they got like 10 to 12 million views across all platforms. Now, that might be baby numbers to you, but you know, as some, you know, 12 million views across all platforms on our 4 of our 5 videos.
Yeah.
The best part about the videos were they introduced new characters to our whole Yorkdale world. You know, I think what we do really well together is we're very aligned. Yeah. On the video concept and the theme. And we're very open to always introducing new characters and bringing new characters and, you know, having chemistry with that new character, you know, both with Kuma as the Asian dad.
Yeah, Kuma is the Asian guy, guys.
Or she's a Punjabi truck driver.
1 million views. Yeah. That video is doing 1 million views on YouTube, actually.
Yeah. Roadrunner.
Hit. That was a miss. Unfortunately, that was a miss.
It was still good chemistry regarding like considering that we made the video within like a 10-minute heads up.
10-minute video.
Like I just tell him, like, yo, you want to do?
We did that one first, then we did the Punjabi one.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, you want to make a video? He's like, fuck it, let's do it. And in 10 minutes, we literally just made a video.
And our scripts, like many people say, oh, because our videos are usually scripted, but we usually don't script our videes. It's just like on the go.
Yo, buddy, this isn't even white anymore.
I know, because we're recording with dial microphone.
Oh,
that was just for show.
Prop?
that's for show. The real microphones are here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of people think our scripts are like AI'd or which.
Yeah. And if you know, you know.
And if you know, now you know. That's a compliment in itself. I think it represents our creativity. Yeah. But you know, in all honesty, it's just, you know, the chemistry between so many people and so many characters here, what kind of just makes it fun. Just makes it funny. I can literally say something and I have a recipient end where we'll take that and give another comment back. So it's very cool.
Well, with Yorkdale, initially we wanted to be controversial, right? So we also had the BMW lawsuit, which came in as a result of everything that we did for Yorkdale.
Yeah, the BMW cease and desist. I think that video itself was a true representation of who we are as a company and who we are as individuals who make up the company. You know, something that could have been very significant and very concerning.
Right. We made it nice.
I feel like, management with the vision of doing something funny, and then we executed very well. I think that was...
It got 1 million views on our team.
Yeah. And
1 million views.
Yeah.
Just for that video.
Yeah, I think that was a very good example of how we conduct our business, where, you know, no problem is too big not to solve.
Yeah, but they asked us to remove other signs as well. Mini Cooper M sign in the back. We had an M sign in the back. They asked us to remove it. Thank you, BMW.
I don't know. I'm scared to say anything. I'm going to get hit with defamation.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
We don't want to do that. We love BMWs, honestly. Also, for the next videos that we're planning, so what do you want to share with the audience? Because, like, I think we're doing more Fruity AI video, which that one is popping a lot.
So with the Fruit AI, I'm going to be recording. You're going to be, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to be recording you. So, you know, I'm very excited for your acting debut. And your...
I love to be behind camera.
Well, first time for everything, right?
No, so the Fruity AI videos, like with these AI videos that are like going viral, we want to bring them to life. Yeah. And who came up with this idea of these Fruity AI videos? Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah. But I think he wants you to do videos though, right?
And I want a lot of things in life.
So what's your goal with like IG really? Because like you said you want to like look professional and create the branding, but for me personally with like managing Yorkdale's page, just to make them blow up online. Like on YouTube, we're now 1,900 subs.
Nice.
My goal is to make it 100 so we can get the badge.
Nice.
And I think it's doable. Like YouTube is just exponential. But I want to see yours because you're like collabing.
I think so. My biggest thing is when it comes to branding and when it comes to marketing is you wanna brand with a purpose, you know. And I feel like once you have a brand and once you have a vision, you brand towards that goal. You know, at the end of the day, we are a car dealership who have very influential characters within our building, within you know, the four walls.
The whole Toronto area is like looking after us, like literally searching us, looking at us, like everything to do with.
Yeah, and I feel like when you have that type of influence or that type of sway or that type of allure, you can really use that and kind of amplify your progress towards your goals. So for example, as a dealership, if our goal is to sell X amount of cars more, you know, we're able to use that to build our brand, but at the same time, you know, be unique. Which was a key component in both our Asian video and our Punjabi video, and where we used a cold hard truth mixed with humor, mixed with comedy, mixed with you know, true experiences, you know, which resonated. You know, Asian people didn't say, "Oh, that's not true. This is racist." It's facts. The Punjabi said, "Yo, this is so accurate."
Yeah, it was.
You know, so I think those are like all of our videos, even the Sheikh videos, for example, like they were components that was car related, was dealership related, that helped build the brand, but at the same time, it was, you know, humorous and joking and all that type of stuff. So it was a great example.
I know.
My biggest, like when we come at odds in terms of creativity and in terms of videos, is sometimes I feel like if the video doesn't have a purpose for the dealership and the business and the brand, then, you know, what's the point? You know, like, or, you know, like the one with me and Arsh getting pinned by the wall.
Do you want me to put the video in here or no? Like, I mean, this podcast is gonna go viral anyways.
200,000 people.
That one hit 200K.
200 people have seen it anyway.
200K.
And you have like Hyundai, Ajax, and all these other franchises they recreate. Which, listen, at the end of the day, those are type of clips where it'll make you viral. It'll bring viewership, but that's all it does. It doesn't bring leads. It doesn't bring.
But that's traffic itself too. Like once you have traffic, you can.
I disagree with that. It doesn't bring conversation. You see it, and then you move on. It doesn't bring the conversation.
What if someone like goes into the page and like clicks on it and okay, oh shit, this is like Yorkdale.
Barely like for example, like the food AI videos. When you see the food AI, you don't click on the channel.
Some people do. Like you have to like bring your percent. Like,
but it's a numbers game. Like we're not doing something for 100 people for one person to see it. For example, I'll give you an example. Like all of the videos that we have made together, all had conversation.
Yeah.
Starters, for example, the very first video that you and I made together, that led a conversation into why Yorkdale, why cars, why this, why that. The cease and desist between, oh guys, why did you get a cease and desist? Did you guys stop selling BMW? You guys, that opens up conversation. Conversation helps into conversion. Conversions help them to, sales. Sales becomes more money. So, you're amplifying your structure of and your goal on your goal. Otherwise, I'm not a content creator, so it makes no difference for me if I make these food AI videos.
I mean, it has a potential to go viral, like insane potential to go viral. And once you go viral, like for example, we're at 21K on IG for Yorkdale. I believe if we have another video which goes above 10 million views, we can literally like double our follower count. Like many people would disagree because we got like 6 million views, but barely any followers from the Sheikh video that we did, and also the 2.5 mil Asian video.
I feel like so we got quite a bit of followers from the Asian and the Punjabi video.
Yeah.
Because again, it was something that people related to.
Yeah,
it was based off hardcore truths with a comical twist. And for example, someone like Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
That's a good inspo because he uses reality, but he has a funny, realistic twist to it that resonates with so many people.
Right.
So again, Adam Sandler is definitely a person where like I use for inspo in, ideas for videos and such like that.
Yeah.
I just don't want to do just anything,
Yeah, facts. But like your goal wise, like how many followers are you looking to get? Like you're looking for followers, right? At the end of the day, it's like numbers game. Like the more followers you have, of course, the more leads you get. Right? And that's a huge upside really with like lots of guys doing it.
I think my biggest goal when it comes to social media and Instagram is based off our last podcast, which was in November.
Yeah, 5 months.
If you have long-term memory.
Salam, Baba.
If you. Yeah.
Yeah, you're interrupting, bro. No worries.
Okay, buddy.
This is Michael.
This is Michael.
Works at Yorkdale.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
Thank you, man.
Thanks,
Thank
love.
you. Bro, you look sick today, huh?
You're fine now? Please.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay, let's transition actually, I would say. Let's transition from the marketing side and everything. And that's Ryan.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, guys. Anyways, but you gotta include it anyways, because this is draw. Too much noise. Okay, let's move from the marketing side. I think we discussed it multiple times actually. I'm gonna talk about cars and then we go into our general topics that we really want to.
Sure.
So with cars right now, everything's like changing in the world, as you know, like gas prices, everything going on geopolitically. What do you see with the car market right now? We're approaching like summer, right? So for the car guys, what do you see in the market really?
So I think this is a very good example. So whenever there's a crisis, there's a saying that whenever there's a crisis, there's an opportunity to observe the crisis. Within the geopolitical tensions all around the world, cars, I would think, are recession-proof or bulletproof. People always need cars. People always need vehicles. People always need to get from point A to point B, especially in countries like Canada and the United States where they're so vast and they're so big.
Yeah.
where you definitely need a tool to get to places. You know, you just can't go down your building, down the street and get like A to Z in terms of groceries and supermarket. You have to like at least walk 1 to 2 kilometers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. The weather here, it gets crazy.
Yeah.
Especially this winter, it was crazy.
Yeah. Now weather itself, distance itself too. Like
The distance is
like
really,
for example, like beside your house, look how far it is to Sobeys or Longo's.
yeah, it is.
If you were to walk that distance every week, carry groceries and stuff, you're like,
But many people like in downtown area, they don't like have.
everything's below them. Everything's within a 100-meter span. You know, you have a grocery store under your building. You have a bunch of things within your 100-meter radius.
Yeah.
So, but again, that's like one of the pros of living downtown.
It is.
Now, to answer your question, so I think cars will always be bulletproof. They'll all be recession proof. They'll always.
But that's not the case though. Like, if we're importing like Chinese cars, for example, and of course demand comes down for those cars, the prices will crash though.
So cars, people will always buy cars.
Yeah.
Now the quality of the cars, like for example, if it's a recession,
Yeah.
you'll probably have less M3 sold.
Right.
But you'll have more Honda Civic sold. But even in general, I would think that you're gonna sell more cars.
At the end of the game, yeah.
Now, what type of cars, you never know. Now, if the economy is booming, you're gonna obviously have more MP40s, AMGs,
But less Civics.
and less Civics.
Yeah.
You're gonna have more entry to luxury cars, or that mid-range type of SUV. So I think that's important to factor in when you when you see the market,
Right.
and who the end supplier is. Same thing with groceries. Same thing with like the food that you see on your table is a good example of how the economy is. The whole introduction to BYD and everything like that, the Canadian market, I think it is needed in the Canadian economy. My biggest problem with the Canadian business society is that there's never any competition.
Exactly, that's one main problem.
It's so monopolized where anything that you do, telecom, banking, insurance, automotive groups, automotive financing, construction, infrastructure, it's always monopolized within 1 to 2 companies.
It is, yeah.
At most 3 companies. And I think when you have it monopolized, not only is the quality of your product going to be lacking, because your consumer is going to need you at any point given.
Yeah.
You're gonna get less innovative and less creative, because at the end of the day, the product that you give can be mid, and you'll still have a customer for it. And as a whole, as a society, as a country, you don't develop, you don't advance, because there's not a lot of competition. And by nature, humans adapt and evolve within competition. If you're comfortable, if you're lazy, you're not gonna evolve as a person, let alone as an innovator in a country.
Yeah.
So I'm always pro competition. I'm always open pro free market.
I think, yeah, we definitely should, because I see the prices with these BYDs. Now they announced they're coming into Canada. For me, for example, as a student who doesn't have that much insane budget of like getting a car, these cars would definitely be like the choice for us, right? Like it's 15K or something like it, right?
It's like 15 to 20, 25K, but that should be a good, same thing when Teslas came.
Exactly.
All these other big companies, they started making EVs and electric cars and stuff like that, and then Tesla had to up their game. It's needed, and essentially, for example, car dealerships. If you're not on top of your game, if you're not delivering the best product, the best experience, there's nothing stopping that client going to the other dealership, to the other brand.
Yeah.
Same thing with marketing. If you don't create the best videos, your client's gonna go to somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely needed. It's welcomed, and the stigma of, they're Chinese cars. It's sad, buddy. It's a
I know. Like Europe has
it's
it for a long time.
20K EV car. You save more money on the gas, on the gas consumption than any Honda Civic that you have.
Yeah.
And it's a nice looking electric car.
And that's a really good point. Like I think Canada itself is not very open to competition and open giving the field to like new people and startups. Whereas US, I think it does really, if we have to like compare it, because US is the hub, right? With US, like for example, my job, it's in tech, right? My main job as I want to go into like building startups with software. Here in Canada, the things that are accessible to you in the US, whereas in Canada, you don't have that much like things in Canada really. Like for example, getting funding from the government, some programs, whereas US does. So I think competition in itself can help the economy, but that's a problem that Canada has. It doesn't have those competitions, as you mentioned, which really needs to get studied. And of course, that's one thing with rules. I think the reason there isn't any competition is because of the rules, right? There are too many rules in Canada.
Oh, there's a few things that, like you gotta be mindful of. The United States has
Much more popular.
150 million people. Canada's like 40, 41 million people. I think in itself, the United States became independent in 1776. And it became independent through a rebellion.
1867 was it?
1776.
1760.
18.
Yeah, Canada was 1876.
Yeah, 1867 or 1876. But the United States became independent through a rebellion against the British colony and against the French colonies.
Right.
So, by nature, they were independent always, and they wanted to, they're different compared to Canadian culture, where, we're still a commonwealth, we're still part of the monarchy. And we never rebelled against any colony. We accepted it. So I think the way Canadian society has kind of evolved is far different than American society. Americans, and then you had places like New York, which was the shipping hub of the world at one point, and you had so many ports, you had so many different seasons. Canada, as big as it is,
doesn't have that strong port.
As big as it is, most of it is still Iceland. It's still
it is,
inhabitable. A very small, concentrated area is habitable.
Yeah.
And that resulted in, obviously you don't necessarily have, like, people always say, there's so much red tape. When you look at it, the red tape was placed to protect the lower end of society and to protect the preservation of the region.
Right.
Because they never were ambitious enough to be able to build or expand at such a high pace. Whereas the Americans on the other side were much more ambitious, much more motivated. So, their projection of prosperity was much more higher.
But that's capitalism, right? Like when you are talking about capitalism, it's about competition, and if you come up with like good ideas, you can become rich, you can build businesses. What I feel like with Canada itself right now is it's probably like losing its capitalistic kind of views. It's leaning towards, I would say, like communism, because you see, if you just keep protecting the lower class and you don't give like voices to these rich people and these rich businesses, well, at the end of the day, you're gonna have like a society where everyone's just like workers and like not building businesses, like being entrepreneurial, something like this. You know what I mean? Whereas the reason I would say US grew its population exponentially was because of these competitions, and of course allowing more people to come in, less rules, and I think that was the main reason for it.
Again, like, it's, people always think that like Canadian culture and American culture is so similar, and like it's so different. It's so different in like the full fabric of like the actual constitution, the way people are. It's so different. Canadians by nature lean more towards certain socialistic aspects. Like, think about it. Like free healthcare, which we're so blessed and so privileged to have.
Yeah, thankfully that one. But that one has some problems as well. But it's a very good benefit.
It is. It got introduced, I think, like in the 1960s, 1950s. Yeah. So way before you and I were even born, where our parents were even born, our parents were even thinking about coming to Canada.
Right.
So by nature, Canada was already a little bit more consumer protected than the United States.
Yeah, with the healthcare in the United States,
you know,
oh God.
Same thing, you know, with all of our, like all of their like this business decisions, like the refineries that I explained last time, like the refinery that I explained to you last time, where
that's a huge issue. That's a huge issue for Canada. Like, I know we're going a bit off topic from like cars itself, and I think it's a good starting point for our like transition.
Yeah.
Because I really like, since we last talked, I researched that topic and I found that Canada is like fourth or third largest. It has the third largest reserve in the whole world. Now, why would you have U.S. refiners coming in where you can't build it yourself domestically, right? Question is, do they have the power to build it themselves? Because if they do, why don't they like allocate towards it?
So they do, but the problem, not that it's a problem. At 20, 30 years ago, there was a trade-off. 30, 40 years ago, you know, Canada doesn't have all its resources. And people always say that, oh, Canada is like number one in wood, number one in this. But it's not hardwood, it's softwood. You can't use softwood for your 2x4s and your rough framing and all that type of stuff. You can use your softwood for like plywood sheets and stuff like that. So, you know, you are blessed as a nation to have a lot of different resources, but not resources that are fully compatible A to Z.
Right.
A lot of, you know, and I'm the same way that I'm free, I bet I'm open to free markets and, you know, I'm pro competition. I'm also open to like free trade markets. You know, back in the 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, countries, races, demographics, they traded with each other to improve their thing. If you had saffron and I had, I don't know, chai. Well, yeah, you needed chai, I needed saffron. Well, there's a free trade agreement.
But right now with tariffs and everything going on.
So I think, you know, especially when you have countries who are so close to each other, you should have free trade agreement.
Yeah.
Now, you know, President Trump thinks that his country is getting taken advantage of. People voted for that. You got to respect their voices. You got to respect their opinion. Is it factual? Not in my opinion, but again, I'm not an American citizen. I can't really
relate to that. But I think many of the Americans also, because they're getting affected by these tariffs, right? So they don't really like it in that way. Because if you're getting affected by it, yeah, it's kind of bad for them, especially.
So, you know, relating back to our whole marketing talk, there has to be a goal and a purpose behind everything that you do.
Yeah.
Tariffs as itself as a country isn't bad. A lot of countries have tariffs. You know, at the end of the day, you run a country like you run a business.
Right.
Right? When you run a country as a business, you have to have some revenue growth. When you have revenue growth, you have to implement that revenue growth into something, whether it's paying down debt. And if that's the case, if you're paying down debt, sick, no problem. But when you pay down debt, you have to also diminish your revenue and your spending. You can't pay down debt, but then go start a war.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like it's a clash of like...
There are like 37 something in trillions in debt, or how many trillions?
I think it's like 36.
36.
Like, yeah, I think like the daily interest on that is like...
And is it to like foreign countries, right? So like to China, Japan, something like these?
The World Bank, the central bank, it's such a complex system that, they made it so complex spoken that like I could never understand.
Yeah.
It. So the goal, it's not very clear. Like even his war with Iran.
Yeah, that one. Like business wise, like speaking, yeah, it's been like affecting everywhere really. With like the gas prices, even over here, it's like it was 120, 115. Right now it's like 170 something.
It's 170, 760.
And everyone's like trying to buy Teslas now.
Yeah, and again, that's not even like the bad part. It's again, there's no end in sight. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's going on. You don't see it ending and how it's gonna end. You know, with Venezuela, for example, he had a specific goal to specifically take out that specific leader, and that's it. Never a revolution, never full capture of the country, just to take out Maduro. That was his goal, and with Iran and this whole Strait of Hormuz and the whole negotiations, it's like, yo, I don't even understand what this guy's thinking.
Well, that's the game too. Like you can't expect, like you can't predict what he is like doing.
Sure,
That's
but then, for example, you brought in this whole Elon Musk Department of Government Efficiency, the DOG, where to cut the
Doge was it?
Yeah.
DOJ is different.
Yeah, Department. No, it was DOGE.
Yeah, they call it Doge.
Yeah, Department of Government Efficiency, where you cut government spending and government waste to, like, you know, and to cut the swamp, and, you know, and then you saw like a whole random war that only like 16% of your population
support it. Yeah.
So maybe like, what kind of contradicting?
There are like different counter arguments to that. I don't really want to get into it because like there are different things, different opinions based on that. But like I just want to look into it as like through economic ways and business ways, really, that it's affecting the whole world. And it really is. Like gas prices is the least thing that is going to get affected. Many things in the whole world, including, for example, our food, like even furniture, like microchips inside the computers, all of them are like petroleum-based materials. So if you keep the strait closed, everyone is going to get affected by it. Now we're not seeing that many effect, but for sure, if this keeps like continuing within like 3-4 months, we're going to see effects of it in the whole world. And it's not just, you know, countries that are dependent too much on like foreign oil. I think countries that are even producers will get affected by it in the long term. But we'll see. Like we're gonna see how it plays out. That one, we're gonna see based on that.
It's definitely an interesting time to be alive.
It is.
How do you feel about finishing school?
Finishing school, great.
So did you graduate or you just finished?
Graduate. I finished first year.
Okay.
Just finished this year.
So how did you feel finishing your first post-secondary education?
Crazy.
In what sense?
In all sense, man. Like 6 months. I think it was at 6 months. We started in September. Right now, we just did the final exams. It was like heavy as compared to like grade 12, 11 that we all did. But it was. I did the thing that I liked. Yeah. I mean, it's easier than business in somehow. And kinesiology. What did you do in school?
That's okay. Don't worry.
Yeah. There you go for that. But yeah, school's done. So I'm like more focused right now in doing these podcasts with you.
Thank you.
Weekly.
Wow, mashallah.
We're gonna do it weekly.
It's gonna be a weekly face-to-face.
Weekly face-to-face.
Buddy, like the face that grew like 6 months. I started getting wrinkles.
6 months. Every single month.
I started getting wrinkles.
Every single week. Let's do the podcast. But
I started getting wrinkles, bro.
This is like the first Sunday, which I'm not like, I don't have homework. So
mashallah.
Yeah, I'm free.
MashaAllah.
All right, so we talked about BYD, the cars itself that are coming here. Oh, I'm really looking forward to it.
Nah, let's talk about you, bro. Fuck BYD.
Fuck BYD.
So how was your whole experience of post-secondary education?
Well, I mean, UFD is a different thing, honestly. UFD itself is completely different than many of the universities in Canada. Like, you don't have anything to do outside your classes,
You know what they say, if you can hold a fork, you can go to UFT.
Yeah, I think that's for York. I'm dissing York right now.
But he's like down the street from us.
Yeah, you can go to UFT.
So now let me ask you, like, was the transition from high school to post-secondary, were you well prepared for it? Were you well equipped to it?
Well, for my thing, I was prepared for it, but like I'm doing computer science. It involves coding, programming. I have done coding and programming a lot when I was like in high school. But the thing is, 90% is math, 10% is coding and programming. So, and the math is brutal in first year. And it just gets way worse, I heard, for like the second year, and it goes on and on. But that's the thing.
What do you think about the post-secondary system here?
Well, it's actually pretty good.
Do you think it's built for success for students?
It is. Honestly, one of the major keys and points of Canada itself is the education, which I always say. Like if someone really wants to get educated and build like a solid education, here's the place. And it's much cheaper than the States at a fraction of the cost. Like for my program, I'm paying like 9-10K per year. Whereas in the States, if you want to go to the same program, USD, you're paying like 50-40K minimum. Canada's pretty strong in this case.
Really?
Yeah. especially UFT. I think it got ranked like 12 in the whole world.
Do you think the system itself supports students to be able to navigate a nice work-life student balance?
Major universities, I would say yes. Like major ones, like for example, UFT, Waterloo. Waterloo is pretty good. Waterloo, like they have these co-op programs for their degrees, where you're going to school and also you're going to like, you're getting paid for work as well, which they have like software engineering, you're getting paid and you're studying, which is a major point because you build experience and you go to workforce.
Interesting.
But that's with these stuff. Now, if I could go to the US like schools, 100% I would. If I could go to like MIT, Harvard, why wouldn't I? Of course they're better, but for here, UFT is the top.
Interesting.
Many people in the comments are gonna go like, no, UFT sucks, it's U of tears, which it is U of tears. But how was your post-secondary experience?
I didn't like it at all, man. I thought post-secondary education was such a like fraud. Now,
oh, that's actually one of the main points that I highlighted, and it was, is university a scam in 2026? So first start with your experience, then we're gonna transition into that topic.
so my opinion is very relatable. I was never a well-schooled individual. I was never a studious person. I was never a school person.
Right.
Like yourself. I was never talented or
I'm not talented.
educated in a specific topic or subject that I was passionate about as well. Like yourself and maybe
What subject was your favorite? Dance.
Sports or
Yeah,
drama,
of
honestly.
course, of course.
Sports or drama.
Drama.
Yeah, I was a big like I loved like acting and I loved being in like
Hit a
doing
mess.
drama show. Yeah.
You did business? Fuck man. You did business?
No,
What did you do?
don't worry about it.
Actually, kinesiology?
No.
Gender studies.
But women health studies.
No, really.
Yeah, women health studies. But my experience with post-secondary, I felt like it really preyed upon, the minority and the lower end of society.
Yeah.
People, there are certain things where I never understood. Like, if I'm a student and I'm also working,
Right.
that means
That's
that
the point of the university.
that means that I need financial aid in some sort of aspect.
That's a huge issue, yeah.
And the financial aid might be given, say they might give me an extra $500 a month. Sick. Then you charge me $700 for parking.
Oh yeah.
So now I'm short $200. Okay, and then people say, why are you even driving? Like, it's a privilege to drive when, you're in a school. Okay, even if I take the bus. The cost of taking the bus
Right.
is far more than $700 a month parking.
It is, yeah. Frankly, right now it is.
So now I'm just getting like double-edged.
Yeah.
Then, for example, food. It's like the Popeyes outside the street is $15. On the campus is $18.
Yeah.
If I ask, why are you charging me $3 more, or because rent's higher?
Yeah.
Okay, but like it's a school. Like, what am I? You want me to walk all the way across the street, miss my class to save $3?
Yeah, that's a huge issue. But right now with
Textbooks.
yeah,
The professor writes a textbook.
business.
Make students buy that textbook every single year.
So they can,
I cannot use the same textbook as last year because the code for the online's different.
yeah.
Motherfucker. The book is $110.
He's laughing.
You give the poor kid $50 and you double charge them for the textbook.
Yeah, I know.
You're literally praying and you're putting the student in a position where they have no choice. You give them
I pay $120 for my psychology textbook.
That's insane.
That's insane. I like 2 semesters, so $120 in the first semester, $120 in the second semester, like $240.
There you go.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's insane. You charge them
Because that's how they make money, like from these textbooks.
Okay, but it's kind of like the same system as healthcare. That is not a system where you should be making money. Your job as an educational system is to educate your society, educate that part of society where they were able to give back to their society, not to rinse them dry. When they finish their degree, you give them a $60,000-$70,000 debt and say, yo, you need to pay that off, and then add to society. Buddy, that person's gonna go depressed. Same thing with healthcare.
And if that's the case, if they don't study medical, if they do study medical, well, that's like
same
150K.
Same here with healthcare systems. Healthcare system, like people say, oh, but you gotta. It's healthcare. This isn't like 2,000 years ago where health was a privilege. It's a right. Every person should get the right health care. It's like clean water. Everyone has the right of clean water. It should not be a system designed to prey on people's downfall or illness or health. It's just like criminal on all aspects.
But now, so what date of this year, I think, with OSAP, OSAP as well.
Yes.
These years, like previous years, it was supposed to be 80% grant, 20% loan. Now they switched it up because they said like people are misusing it. So 20% grants, free money, 80% is given to you as a loan. It just like flipped. You know what I mean?
Yes.
80% now from onwards is just loans, so it's not grants.
So they had a problem. They didn't solve the problem. They
made it worse.
They just like twisted it.
Yeah, they made it worse.
Yes, there might be government waste. There might be people taking advantage of OSAP grants and stuff like that.
Right.
But why do you criminalize and punish the entire educational society? What I would have done if I were to ever run for office, a vote for me is a vote for
Amir.
Is a vote for a better society. I always thought that if you have an OSAP grant system, it has to honor and it has to award hard work and dedication. If a student gets 75% or 80% higher average on his entire thing, then he's eligible for that 80% grant.
Yeah,
because now
that's actually pretty smart.
Because now you're encouraging students to do well.
Smart.
You're encouraging students to do what they're there for, to study, to get good grades, to be educated members of society. So once they graduate, they are in a position to give back to society and to develop it. But if you give 80% grant to everyone, including even the person who has a 55% average, that's literally waste of money, because that person was clearly not meant for the system of education, clearly didn't want to be educated. So
do you think is that a scam in 2026 or no? There's some certain fields where you have to
and again it depends on who you are as a person, and it depends on how honest you are with yourself.
Right.
The truth of the fact, like I could never say like, yo, with the educational system cheated me, I should have been a doctor.
Yeah,
I was never going to be a doctor. I'm not built to be a doctor. You know,
it's yourself.
Like, if someone came with like half of their arm cut off, you just put a band-aid on and go, you know.
Yeah, that's facts. It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
And I think early on, you just have to spot it. And if you're just not built for it, just don't go, because you're going to waste 4 years of your life.
But again, it's an experience that, not every 18-year-old kid is going to be that honest and that pragmatic and that realistic with themselves and that long-term goal-oriented, who's that independent. You're going to have 1,000 people give an opinion. Your dad is gonna say something, your mom, your aunt, your uncle, your neighbor, your neighbor's aunt, your neighbor's uncle, your teacher, your guidance counselor. Everyone's gonna say something, and then you go on YouTube, you see Andrew Tate say, yo, like, don't go to school. You're gonna see like other person say, go to school.
Yeah, there's too much noise, really.
Yeah, it's too much noise, and too much pressure. I had a high school principal who I was not a big fan of, and he always said that,
shout out,
the 4 years of high school is the most important 4 years of your life.
Bullshit.
It was absolute, and in that moment, bro, like 2,000 poor kids were so stressed out. They're like, oh my God, like I have to like make sure that I destroy the EQAE because it is like the most important like 2 years of my life, buddy.
Once you start getting into like uni as a whole, like for a program, you just realize that's like the real high school. Like high school itself is just, I think, like
if I wanted to get very philosophical,
yeah.
The most important 4 years of your life are always the next 4 years of your life. And any
damn.
Yeah, buddy, call me Marcus.
Save that.
Call me Marcus Aurelius.
Save that. Save that.
In any but realistically, you know, like if you're 30 years old or you're 40 or you're 50, the most important 4 years are your next 4 years. What you do with the next 4 years.
That's facts,
If you live back and you regret everything, then you're not ever advancing in your progression, you know?
Yeah.
So I just dropped that fucking mic on you guys.
Yo, I'm gonna do it like a sick headed on. Like a sick headed on this. We're gonna clip it for Instagram. I think that's like perfect one.
MVP, I think, is a big
shout out to MVP holders. MVP. He's like here. We're gonna show him later.
Yeah, somehow I don't know.
Okay, so last few topics really.
Sure.
What car do you recommend to someone in 2026?
What car would I
recommend to someone?
Bro, I'm scared to like talk before getting hit with a cease and desist, bro.
BMW 330i, 340i.
If I want to be very straight up, it depends on your priority. If you want to drive.
Imagine you were me right now, right? Let me just like make it simple for you. What would you get? No, not me actually. Like average 20-year-old person living here. You know, what's a good car? He lost it. Teslas are actually like selling a lot right now, right?
Like again, for example, like if you live in a condo, you can't get a Tesla. You know, you're gonna have problem charging with the charging station,
right?
Stuff like that. They're not the most safe cars, but they're good cars. You know, depends on and then it depends on, you know, your priority and who you are as a person.
Yeah.
If you I like my music, I like to drive. I can't drive in a car that doesn't have a good surround system. Mm-hmm. So why would I spend all that money if I just get like depressed? You know?
Yeah. So you get depressed with a car that doesn't have like a surround sound system.
I'm not gonna enjoy it, you know. And if I'm paying for it, then
like does Lexus have a good surround sound system?
The NX like the NX 350 hybrids, yeah, 100%.
They have a good surround sound system. Nice. We're gonna.
Yeah, you have 21 speakers.
21 speakers. Facts.
But
you didn't answer me about the question.
Like yo, if you're an active, like if you like to drive and you know you like your cars and you want to have a nice car, a C300 is the perfect car. C300.
That's so generic.
They're such good cars. It's a reliable engine.
Did you see the new ones?
Yeah.
Around 2027 was the new model.
They're a nice looking car.
Everyone was like hating on it, but I actually like it.
They're reliable, nice interior, safe, stylish. It hits all the check boxes.
It does.
Teslas, yes, they're efficient. They're not safe.
Yes.
They're not productive. Audis have their own thing. Hondas, Toyotas, they're very safe, they're very productive. Not everyone can enjoy driving them long term. You know, again, it all depends on your priority, but you know, you can't really go wrong. The only thing that I would advise people is to get away from like the big engines and the complex engines. Like
But that depends on the budget too, right?
No, not even that. Like I would never recommend someone to get a twin turbo
it has its specific buyer.
V8. No, if you're a young kid and it's like your first 2-3 cars, keep it reliable. A nice 2-liter engine, a nice worst case 3-liter engine, no turbo, no supercharged. Maybe an eco.
Challengers.
Absolutely not.
Challengers.
Unless you drive in Brand.
Oh, unless you're driving.
Yeah, and your older brother has a Jeep Wrangler.
Shout out to Arshdeep.
And Namandeep. Best Punjabis I've ever met in my life.
Yeah. Yo, we need to have them like in the podcast too, don't you think?
100%.
Have Arshdeep in the podcast.
Arshdeep, you know, the guy gets a lot of slack for how like innocent he looks.
Yeah.
But genuinely one of the best Punjabis I've ever met. One of the best people I've ever met. I won't even be like upfront racist, one of the best people I've ever met. Straight up.
That's good. So your answer for my previous question was the C300, right?
A C300 or just something that's simple and reliable, you know?
Used or new? I think used ones are used of course. Yeah. I think if you like go for like the 2022, 2023 ones right now, you can get like a good price for them.
Yeah.
And so like we have a few, right? We have one right now.
You know where you can get a really good deal on?
Where?
Yorkdale Fine Car.
Damn. Yorkdale.
You like that indirect marketing?
Sponsored by Yorkdale.
I caught you.
Drive with Malik.
I caught you, and I just
Drive with Malik.
You know,
883 followers.
Buddy, I had no Instagram. I was dust under the rock, and now here I am.
Not even 1,000 followers.
10 million views in 1 month and across all platforms.
Yeah.
I gave you momentum.
But someone in this world got 23 million views and one video.
That was AI scripted.
So that's a good diss. That's a good
yeah,
diss.
that was AI
That's
scripted.
a good diss.
Like,
Thank you. Yo, okay, so it's been like 50 minutes since we talked. I want to close it off, but do you have any questions for me?
MVP, how's your day so far, my man?
Amazing.
It's good.
Day's amazing.
They're good. I hope I don't see you in 4 months and I see you like next week or
next week. But my thing was, do you have any questions for me?
What? Are you gay?
Yeah, look, that's how serious. That's what happens when you do a podcast with a salesperson. Like, I mean, we wanted to like have philosophical, good conversations, but it turned out to be amazing.
Do you have any specific?
No, I just like something to close.
Do you have any specific goals you wanna achieve in the summer since you're done
this
school?
summer?
Yeah.
Well, of course, my personal branding thing, my own YouTube, and of course, making like Yorkdale like go huge in the page, which already is really.
I need 2 specific goals.
2 specific goals. For Yorkdale, I would say make it to 50,000 followers or even more.
What are we at now?
We're at like 21K right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 50,000 is doable. It's like we have to double it or more. And for my own channel, somewhere around there in YouTube, that's my goal. And I think it's a good starting point. From then it goes onwards.
I'll combine into that one goal where you just want to increase your followership. So give me one more specific goal.
One more specific goal you want from me?
Yeah.
Programming.
Programming, okay. That's good.
I like that.
Okay. I don't think your younger brother was very supportive.
Yeah, I know. And also, he needs to join.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. So how about you? One last one, specific goal to finish it off. Get 1,000 followers on IG on yourself. Oh, that's a hard one. That's a very hard one.
You want to make a food AI video, right?
Fruit AI, guys. The fruit AI video is gonna be out in like 2-3 days, guys. We ordered the custom for it, so you're gonna be banana.
Yeah.
Just other people, other fruits. Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know who's watching this video right now?
Wait.
You know who's watching it right now, right? Shout out to the person who gave this idea.
I love the idea.
Yeah, you love the idea. So we're gonna do it. So yeah, your last goal, I want to have that. 1,000 followers.
Really, I think if I were to give one like thing, is probably average
1 mil views
20 cars a month.
per month. I think that's a good solid one for like
20 cars per month. Average 20 cars per month.
on top of doing like content and stuff like that, which is just on the side. Right?
I think that's my biggest goal, and that's my number 1 goal. Everything else is secondary.
That's sick.
Yeah, if I sell 2 cars but I get 23 million views,
That's sick. Bro, 23 million views? No one can do it really. It's a hard one.
23.6.
23.6 million views. That's crazy.
Mashallah.
All right, so I'll just end it with this. And I'll see you next week.
See you, buddy.
Thank you.